people were comparing it to Halle Berry and Monsters Ball.
Yeah.
I didn't feel
It gave
like
me that a little.
the sexual activity there was gratuitous. I didn't feel like it was too much, right? In your what she was doing. I feel like it established her as a very complicated character. And I felt like she did a great job pulling that off. Like,
was it complicated though? She just liked having sex with different people.
No, she's you know why she's complicated? For one, she's a villain.
A 3.
A 2.
A 1. Hey everybody, welcome to Read This, Read That. I am Jackie Reed.
I'm Joyanne Reed.
How cute are you, cousin, sister, Sora friend? Very fresh skin. You look very cute.
Not cute at all. I literally
cute.
No. I literally I don't even have a brow on. Like, I need to go and get my brows redone. Like, it's really time to go back to the brow lady and get my.
What do you do to your brows? What do you have?
So I do threading, micro threading, because my brows are normally like. And so what I love about it is you're done. Like, if I have my brows done, and if I was to ever get the like lashes, how some people get like the perma lashes, I will be done. Like, I would consider myself made up. I wouldn't even really feel. I would walk out the door without doing a darn thing. I wouldn't feel like I had to put makeup on, because my eyebrows have faded over time. I used to have dark eyebrows like yours, and over time they faded.
So why don't you get like your brows tattooed on?
That's what I mean. That's what the micro threading is.
Oh, that fades after time. I thought you got threading.
It's a threading. I think
the threading is kind of like when they remove hair.
Oh, maybe I did it the wrong thing. Whatever you call it, it's like a tattoo kind of thing.
Oh,
it's not called threading. It's called, I can't remember the name of it.
So it's not a permanent tattoo.
It's like a semi-permanent thing. But what happens is microblading. Thank you. You have to count on the child.
That's why, girl. These are the times.
That's what you have to. Listen, that's what they're here for. So yes, microblading. So mine lasted 3 years. Like, I got them done like 3 years ago.
What?
And they just have now completely faded off. And so my natural brows, which had faded over time, I used to have dark. If I look at pictures of myself when I was in my 20s, I had dark eyebrows, and they just faded over time. I don't know, hormones or whatever. So I need to get them done. And these have just now gone. So these are gone. I'm back to whatever God give me. Whatever God left me with after he took my lashes.
Okay, so microblading, I was curious about, is just for those who don't know, I didn't know, so I looked it up, is a cosmetic procedure that uses a needle to insert pigment into the skin to create natural looking, well-defined brows. So it's like a tattoo.
It's like a tattoo, but
why does it fade?
So it only lasts because what happens is the lady who did it, her name is Tu, by the way, she's fabulous. What she explained to me is that over time, your hair grows, right? So your hair grows back in, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But the actual thing they put on the top is subject to the oils, the makeup, you're washing your face, like you're doing things to manipulate. Even a tattoo you get on your body over time, because your skin renews, your skin refreshes on the outside, your epidermis, sluts off and then renews. Over time, even any tattoo is going to fade a little bit. So these, because your skin is oilier, and my skin is very oily on my face, she was like, especially if you have oily skin, it's going to fade. But she was like, it'll last 2 years. Mine lasted 3. So I'm just thankful that it lasted for 3 years.
But what's so interesting is, unlike a tattoo, and I'm curious to know like the really definitive difference between the two, with a tattoo, you have to have a healing process.
Right.
With this, do you have to? Can you get them done and then you're off to the races? Or do you have to like wear bandages, let it heal, there's swelling?
Nope, we are. It literally, they do it, and when they first do it, it looks like they drew it on with ink. It's very, very, very dark, and then it fades over time into what it's supposed to be, and it just slowly fades over time. So during that middle fade couple of years, it's kind of perfect, and then it becomes like very receded, like gone, like it is now. But no, there's no healing process. When it's done, you're done, and it doesn't hurt as much as a tattoo. You still feel the prickling and the pain a little bit, but it's definitely. I have never gotten a tattoo, but I've heard tattoos are much more painful, but it definitely hurts a little bit when they do it. You have to lay back and they do the little thing with the little pen. And it's the process is like a tattoo, very similar.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I gotta, a lot of things contribute to the fading of the brows. Medication, aging, so many things. My brows are much more sparse than they used to be, but still very thick and dark.
Yeah.
So I've just been trying to figure out if I want to do something to kind of give them a little oomph. Because I too feel like once the brow is done, I'm halfway there. Brows and lashes, and I stopped wearing lashes unless I'm on TV.
Yeah.
And then, but I do wear mascara.
Yeah.
That's the look, because if I feel like if I have those two things, we're off to the races.
Exactly.
Just a gloss, I'm still trying to, I got to step up my makeup game. I mean, I want to, but there are just days where I'm just like,
I know. And look, I'm one to, I am one to keep on makeup for a couple of days. So I'm like, let me get more use out of it since I paid for it. But preferably what I would prefer to do and what I want to try to do in the year of our Lord 2026 is get my brows done, right? When I get my brows freshly done,
yes.
and learn how to put on those strip lashes myself. Because I feel like if I just if I had my eyebrows were done, because that's half your look, my hair's short, so it's easy. I just pat it into place. And then all I have to do is throw on some lip gloss and some earrings and I'm done. Like, right? Like I could do that. I could rock that.
You could do that. I mean, I used to do the strip lash. I can show you how to do them. It's so easy. Once you learn how to do them, it's
mine go on crooked. Like I do them and it's like they're cockeyed and they popping up on one side.
You gotta pinch. Once you put them on there, you got to take the lash and and under your eye, and you just got to slide it into place.
Yeah.
And then you just pinch. And once you do that, it just comes together. It comes right up against your lash line. That's it.
I need to practice. I think what it is when I tried to do it, and big ups to Fred for Face, who so patiently during the pandemic tried to teach me. He's Erica Alexander's makeup artist, brilliant makeup artist. So he tried to give me a whole makeup lesson by Zoom. And some of it I caught. I can do a little bit of something. And I had gotten some of my makeup artists have given me basic lessons before, so I can do a basic face. This poor brother was trying to teach me to put these lashes on. I know he was so frustrated with me. He was like, what is wrong with this sister? She can't do it. I'm in the mirror and he's on Zoom where he's on a laptop. He's on a laptop and he's like, no, pitch it to the other side. I'm like, what? You can't come over? Baby, it's COVID. Okay.
Once you get it, you'll be like, oh, this was easy. We should do a show one time. We should do it for Read This, Read That, and do it over Zoom and do it. I'm telling you, once you get it, you're gonna be like, oh my God, so easy.
And we forgot to say Happy Founders Day, by the way.
Well, we're getting there. We are getting there. Happy Founders Day to the members of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. That includes the two of us. Our fabulous honorary soror, Joy Ann Reed here. Love it. This is what Founders Day for you? Third, fourth?
This is going to be, it'll be next year will be 4.
Okay.
Our fourth anniversary, will be this September.
Yeah. You're still a baby. Well, yeah. So just some announcements. Yes. Happy Founders Day, of course. We're going to do a live this Thursday. Stay tuned for the time that will be. That's something that we're going to start doing in the new year. We told you we're making a lot of changes, and we're going to do our first live for free this Thursday. And then after that, it's going to be members only. So you'll get a taste of what we'll be doing. So we'll get to you about exactly what time, because we got to check somebody's schedule to see exactly what time we can do that. And then please, you guys, stay tuned for upcoming shows, because we're going to launch our book club in a couple of weeks, and we've got a great book picked out for that. We're going to have the author on to talk about the book. It's going to be a novel. I will give you a hint, and Joanne knows that she is a soror of ours, so she's also a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. So we're really excited about that. And the way this is going to work is we're going to announce the book at the end of the month. this month, and then we're going to read for the month of February, right? And at the end of February, we'll come back together with the author and talk about the book and talk with you guys about the book. And then we'll just continue to go on with that.
Amen.
Amen and
amen. Amen.
And then I also want to say that our good friend Toure is back.
Yes.
Guest for today. We're going to talk about the Golden Globes. We're going to talk about what is it, One Battle After Another, because that was our homework assignment that he gave Joanne and I to watch this movie, and it actually did well at the Golden Globes. And so we're going to talk about that movie specifically and Golden Globes and all the things. And so that's what we have coming up for this show today. What's your wind down?
So my wind down is actually about and I know I talked about it last week, but let me tell you something. I have new appreciation for all the kids when I was growing up who had braces, because including you, my sore sister, cousin, friend, because listen, this week has been a journey. Trying to navigate the world with these Invisaligns, it's not easy. Like,
what's hard about it?
So the process,
because it's so different from what I experienced with the metal braces, because you get to take them out when you want.
Getting to take them out is a blessing and a curse. So I now have to plan every meal, every snack. I can't just casually snack anymore, because if you're going to snack, you have to take these things out, put them in their little case. I have a little case that I have to literally carry with me everywhere I go.
You're going to lose
and
that.
Then when you take them out, you can have your little snack, have your food. Then I have to go back, get my toothbrush, get my floss, brush and floss, and then put them back in. So I have to now take a second thought. Do I really want that handful of popcorn so badly that I'm going to take these things out, eat popcorn, go back upstairs and brush my teeth for the 14th time in the day? So it's interesting. I think I'm going to wind up losing weight because of the
I'm like, wait a minute, I need to get me some Invisalign.
Listen, because you can't. What I am learning is, and I don't know if this was true, and this is why this is my wind down, because I wanted to know, did having regular braces, because I grew up with friends that had braces, and they would always have issues with constantly having to brush their teeth because they didn't want to because they were metal, and you didn't want to get metal, get anything stuck. You couldn't eat popcorn, they couldn't eat nuts. Like, there's certain things they couldn't eat because you don't want to get them stuck in your braces. If they did get stuck, what do you do? And it was like a whole drama.
Yeah.
These are a drama too. I literally am like, I feel like I'm losing weight. I haven't weighed myself yet, but I think I'm going to lose weight because I don't want to eat. I just have no desire to go through the trouble. I'd rather be hungry than go to the trouble of eating a snack.
Yeah, I mean, braces, the metal braces back in the day, and I had them in high school, it's less drama than what you're talking about, because there is the tightening maybe once a month, every other month. I can't remember. You have to go and get them tightened. And so for maybe a day or two, your mouth is sore. So maybe you're not, it hurts to chew on, like you can't eat crunchy things and things because it just hurts, but you can eat bananas and soup and things like that. But that's just a couple of days. After that, you're good to go. You just got to brush your teeth after you eat. And that's not a bad thing.
My teeth hurt so bad. I took these out last night because we had some little, like nacho chips. I love myself a nacho chip. I was like, oh, I'm going to eat me some nacho chips. My teeth hurt like my teeth haven't. I'm like, I didn't think your teeth could hurt. My teeth hurt.
Yeah. We would go through that for a couple of days, but for you, I'm curious to see how many weeks have you had it?
So this is only week 2. So I just switched it. Yes. And so what happens is I have 16 trays of these 16 sets of Invisaligns, right? And I have to switch them every week. So on Tuesday, I have a little app in my phone and it beeps me and it says, hey, switch your Invisalign. So today was the day. So I switched them out. Each one is progressively a little tighter.
Oh.
So you put them in and you get a fresh sort of tightening from the new one, and you take the old one and you put it in the little case. So it's like a whole journey. You have to like switch them out every week to the new one. And so I'm only on my second week. This is only my second one. I'm on number 2 of 16. And so it's like, and then I have 32 total. So they let you have 16 to start. Then after your 16th, you go back to the dentist, and then he gives you your next 16. And on my next 16, I also get a whitening treatment with it. So by the time I get through 32 of them, supposedly my teeth will be straight and I'll have a fabulous whitening. So the results are going to be worth it. But when I tell you this is a journey, honey, I knew it was going to be different, but this is a lot. And I'm slurring and I sound like fucker and thuckatash.
The slurring is so cute though. I can't even tell.
Wait
a minute. So
Stephen A. Smith, you son of a bitch.
How many weeks of this? How many months? When will you be done?
So let me do the calculations. It's 16 weeks and then 16 weeks, right? So this is week 2. So 2.
So not even a full year?
No, the whole thing is 6 months.
What?
The whole thing is 6 months.
Okay, so let me.
Yes, ma'am. Jackie Reed.
Thank you. Jackie Reed, Ebony Magazine. I have a question. So why don't you, okay, I have a suggestion. Why don't you lean into some kind of wellness diet that suits this, like juicing or eating raw food, like do something that goes along with it just for 6 months?
No, you're right. Because eating anything hard or crunchy is out.
Yes. So change the whole diet.
Yeah.
But do like really healthy stuff. That'd be a bonus because you have the excuse to do it. Soups, right?
Soup,
really
fruit.
frothy soups, fruit, but like soft fruits. You know what I mean? And juicing. You could do a lot of juicing. I know you're not going to do it, but I just think you should.
Oh, no, I might, because I bought the juicer that you suggested. I've never used it. It barely came out. It only came out of the box because the box was in the way. So the daughter and I, we took it and we put it out. So it's out. It's not made it into an actual use, but I have all these different juicers. When my brother was here, he had a juicer. So we have all these juicers. I have all this frozen fruit in the freezer. And because I can't eat anything else except grapes and strawberries and things that are soft, because everything else hurts my damn teeth, I'm probably going to end up on a liquid diet.
You should. I would do that. Oh God, the fruits. All I would need is an excuse. That sounds amazing. Can you pop it out? Like, is it easy to pop in and out, or do you
just reach it and they're easy to take out. And then the thing is, when they're not in, it's even worse, because in order to make them like really fitted to your teeth, they put these little nodules on some of your teeth, and the nodules stick out from your teeth. So when the things are not on, where your tooth feels smooth, your teeth feel like super rough, and I hate it. So it's like, it's literally made it so that I hate taking them out. I do not like the feeling of my teeth when they're out. So it incentivizes you to keep them in.
Yeah.
But when they're in, you can't eat anything. So it's like the whole thing is like a catch-22, that if I don't lose 20 pounds off of this, I'm gonna be disappointed. If I don't lose at least 20 pounds off
of that. Oh gosh.
I should at least lose 20 pounds. I think legitimately.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
Yeah. Well, you should really try to eat some really, really healthy stuff while you're at it. True.
Wind down, Jackie.
What are you drinking?
Oh, I am drinking, it's called Trip. It is a mindful blend raspberry blossom lightly sparkling drink. It's a mindful botanical. It's only 25 calories, which I really love. It's 0 fat. It's only 2% carbohydrates. And it's got a lot of magnesium in it, 120 grams of magnesium. And it's made from carbonated water, grape juice, apple cider vinegar, magnesium citrate, citric acid, natural flavors, and botanical extracts. So it's like supposed to be natural. It's got some ginseng orange blossom. It's got some lion's mane extract and some ashwagandha root. So it doesn't have a lot of ugly chemicals. It has a lot of stuff that sounds like good things. I'm sure there's got to be something in here that ain't right, but most of this stuff, I don't see anything on here that sounds like a bad chemical. So this is part of me trying to, be a little healthier. And the last thing I'll throw in is I'm doing this, and I'm doing these little, when Miss Kim was here, she got me doing this lymphatic drainage workouts in the morning.
Yes.
So, and they're just 20 minutes. So I do my little lymphatic drainage workout where you're slapping yourself and doing all the things. I do that. And then I even yesterday tried Tai Chi. I did 20 minutes of the lymphatic drainage and 15 minutes of Tai Chi. So I am literally on my little wellness journey. Since I can't eat, I figure I need to do something.
I know you better be doing your task for this week from Jackie's Weekly Wellness Guide.
I got my Jackie's Weekly Wellness Guide, honey. You know, I'm a subscriber. So
I know you got to do the stuff.
I know. You mean just reading it's not enough?
No. We're supposed to be doing this together.
Okay. I'm on it. No, I'm on it because I genuinely am on a wellness thing.
Yeah, these are little micro things you can do. So
absolutely.
So follow it and you guys sign up for it. Okay, so my wind down is my hair again. Let me tell you, I did a live after we recorded last Tuesday with, Sarita Scott, who is such a natural hair wellness guru. She's an all over wellness guru. We had such a great conversation about natural hair and how a lot of women are going back to relaxed hair. A lot of Black women, because the natural thing is
relaxed hair.
They're really going back to the chemicals because they feel like managing natural hair is too challenging. Someone told me, whose name shall remain, I won't say. She's in this room, is planning to is also thinking about that. It's so many women that I talk to are like, oh, I'm going back. And I'm never doing that. Like, this
back
is
to the creamy crack.
Back to the creamy crack. They have a new Jerry curl that's out that people are doing. A girlfriend of mine has that. Yes, a new version of the Jerry curl. They call it something else, but girl, it ain't nothing but a Jerry curl. It ain't nothing but a Jerry curl. But my girlfriend got it. She's been sending me pictures and she loves it. So I have been having conversations, as I did on the show last we met. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't love my hair like this, but I'm going to learn to love it. I'm going to this is all I got with styles. So y'all gonna have to get used to this until I think
it's cute. That style is adorable.
Well, here's what people said to me when I say I'm not loving it, but this is what I can manage, right? Trying to do more is too much. And I don't want to add any hair right now. I want to get to know my hair. Right. A few of my friends said to me, well, if you do this, do that to manipulate it to pop your curl, right? Then you'll probably love it more. And that, I would have this conversation. I have to explain to them, I like my hair texture. I'm not trying to manipulate it to be something else, because that's a lot of work. Yeah. You ever see how women will do all the products and do it a certain way and then steam it and sit under so they can have those Cree-Summer pop curls, right? Yeah. That's not my texture. Yeah. And I'm one who comes from the school of everybody is not meant to have curls. Like, I have gotten, at first I did want that when I first went natural, and the wigs that I wore when I was doing that showed that. Right. But then I got to the point where it's but that's not my natural hair. This is my hair. Yeah. This is the texture of my hair. I wet it a little bit. I put some product on it. It is not going to give me a coil. Now, if I go to a salon and somebody does my hair for a red carpet and it ends up with that, okay. But doing that on a regular basis, just to try to, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I hear you.
So anyway, I'm trying to figure out. So anyone who is watching this show, listening to it, has suggestions, because I'm really trying to figure out how to keep my hair moist and the porosity, and there's so many words and things that please tell me, because I'm trying to strengthen it. Because there's a lot of breakage in the front. I suspect from braids, but I don't know. So that's why I slick it down here just to keep it simple, because all this will be popping up. Yeah. Okay, you down in the front.
Yeah, no, thank you. So what I would suggest, one of the things that actually will impact, because when I used to wear my hair completely natural before, I used to get relaxers, and this is braiding your hair and keeping your hair braided and keeping a silk wrap on your hair is a game changer. Because when you unbraid, you're talking about relaxing your curl. A natural way to do that is to just plait your hair. And then when you unplait it, you're going to have a looser looking curl. Just
No,
I have coarse hair as well. But you also can keep your hair managed. Now, to keep your hair moisturized, you've got, I mean, you probably do this already. You've got to invest in not just a silk wrap to sleep in at night, but girl, they have hats that look like a regular hat on the outside, that inside have a silk wrap. So even when you are wearing a hat and it looks like you just, those are game changing. My hairstyle coach gave it to me, and it's a silk. So you're always the more silk you keep on your hair, the more you're going to keep that moisture in your hair.
Well, the vegan in me will say we don't do silk, but I do satin, which behaves
the same thing. What's the difference between silk and satin?
Well, silk comes from a worm.
A worm.
Right? So the worms
the worm didn't die for it. The worm didn't die.
They do die for it. Listen, that worm don't want to be working for you. They like slaves working for free. What did the worm get out of you taking their silk? If they're creating something, they need it for something, right? We taking honey, don't get me started. I don't know why you start with this vegan stuff. You know how I am.
I didn't remember that silk came from an animal.
It's
just a worm.
Comes to worms. They got a right to live just like ladybugs and butterflies. They're all insects.
Kill them all.
So anyway, I don't do silk, but I do satin.
Well,
I do have caps with satin. I have satin pillowcase. I have a satin bonnet that I sleep in. I have all of that. Here's the thing though. I twist my hair. I put a little product and twist my hair at night, spray a little water on it first, product, leave-in conditioner, tad bit of oil to kind of lock it in. And then I twist my hair like a two-strand
twist,
but a big chunky one. But I do that. But what I don't like is when my hair is stretched out, it's too wiry. Like this is less so, because after I steam it in the shower, spray a little water on it, then it shrinks. I like this length because when it's longer, it's just I don't like it. It's just not. It looks. So I only do the twisting to keep it from tangling and all. Because if I just go to bed with a bonnet and do nothing to my hair, then I wake up and it's like smushed over here. So I don't like all that.
Yeah.
So it's a journey.
I'm not a hair person, so I'm really not that helpful. I don't know why I'm offering my opinion.
You're giving good tips. No, that's not bad advice.
Yeah.
I just need to figure out products, because just the other day, like I'm hearing about different, don't wear oil, don't grease your scalp. I didn't know because I was putting stuff on my scalp to try to stimulate growth. And they were like, don't do that. That oil doesn't grow your hair. You can use this and this seed and that seed and, all kinds of stuff. So there's so much advice out there. One thing I will tell you that people do swear by the Africans, batana oil. And I did use that. Yes, I recently heard of that. Yeah. So I'm going to try that. And I'm drinking ginger brew, which is a natural ginger ale, but it really has ginger in it, and it is
right. They don't all.
Yeah, they do not. Most ginger ales that you buy,
Schweppes in them. I don't think there's a drop of ginger.
Girl, in there. They don't even. They shouldn't even be able to put the word ginger on there.
They really should. Ginger-esque ale.
But this is it's really
dry.
Good.
That ain't ginger. I don't even think there's ginger.
None of it.
I don't think so.
So I'm treating myself to that. Okay. So that's my little rundown. All right. So let's get to Ish You Need to Know.
Because you need to know.
Joanne, it was so hard for me to watch your show yesterday, Monday. It was good. But that montage you did with are you taking your invisible?
No, they just hurt. I literally they're just hurting. Oh, it hurts.
I'm sorry.
Pop. I'm gonna be like taking your dentures out. Hold on, baby. Let me take my dentures out. Let me take my teeth out.
The top row just come out.
Hold on the jacket, baby. Let me just Yeah, no, you just go ahead and keep talking. I'm gonna take my teeth out.
Like
I've been
this.
right there
Oh,
with
another thing.
mouth and beef about, and now I can really get into this shit. I can tell you all I need you to know now.
Listen.
Anyway. Yeah, no, the montage was long. I know, and I'm already getting beaten up for it. I'm getting in trouble from the daughter. Was like, "Oh my god, too long." Jason was like, "Too long."
No. Listen, it wasn't too long. It was, but I think that we have to watch these things. I think that it's important to not look away. This is one of those instances. It's hard to watch, right? And it's just one thing after the other. But it's like I think it was important and responsible. The responsible way to cover it was to put so much up there, because it also says it's not just this woman, good in Minneapolis. It's incident after incident after incident after incident after incident after incident. And that's what you showed. I thought it was really important to do, but it is hard to watch, but we cannot look away.
And the thing is, and people who are like, oh, even internally on the team, they're like, just play 30 seconds. No, because the thing is, you have to establish that, as you said, this is the same thing with Trump. People say, I don't want to hear him, but you do have to listen to him, because the reality is this is what we're dealing with. And with Stephen A. Smith, I don't want people to think I'm picking on him because he picked on one of my friends. I'm friends with Jamel Hill and Carrie Champion. It's not about that. I'm friends with Jasmine Crockett. We love Jasmine personally. She's a great person. Sora, we love her. Yeah. But it's not because of just them. It's not just them. Yeah, I know Bakari. I'm friends with Bakari. It's like, but it's not just them. It's also LeBron. I've never even met the man. It's also Kyrie Irving. You keep going. There is almost no one black. It's almost anyone black prominent. Michelle Obama. You name it. If it's a person who is black, he has attacked them viciously. And he repeated, I could have played more. Girl, I had twice that much. But the reality is and then I was like, now let me show y'all. Let me pull out how he talks about Trump and how he talks about the late Charlie Kirk, because it's very different. And I thought it was important for people to really understand. I'm not attacking this man because I have something personal against him because he's gone after my friends. I'm telling you that this man is literally playing in our faces.
Well, I'm not talking about the Stephen A. montage. I was talking about the ICE montage.
Oh!
But the Stephen A. montage, since you went there, I will say it was important to show that as well, because people forget. Over time, people forget. They move on from things. And so you may have forgotten what he said about LeBron, or maybe you didn't follow sports and so you weren't aware of that. Or maybe you forgot what he said about Michelle Obama, or maybe you missed it, right? And so it's important to put it all together and look at how mean-spirited, focused on Black women, he comes off as just anti-Black women. And he comes off as a weapon that is utilized by MAGA and by Trump to say things that white people who are in a position like him can't say.
Correct.
Right? He can go
there too. He anti-Black.
Yeah. But you see what I'm saying? It's easier for somebody like Megyn Kelly says a lot of, horrible things. But there's a way that Stephen A. Smith can double down and really go in. There's a way that he does that I think even she couldn't get away with saying the things that he says, right? In the way that he says them, because he hides behind the whole, I'm Black just like y'all. I'm just kind of like I said. I'm a brother.
Sister.
Mm-hmm. Right. He's a member of Omega Psi Phi. He's so down with Black people. So that gives him, kind of like a pass in his mind. And for a lot of people, they might excuse it or lean into it because he looks like us.
Yeah.
Right. They're more inclined to listen to what he says and accept it, or maybe find like, oh, you know what? He might be right, as opposed to a Megyn Kelly saying it and she's dismissed right off because she's a white woman.
Right.
You know what I mean? So no, I do think it was important for you to not only show what you showed about Stephen A. Smith, but to go in on him the way that you did. Well, go in on, but just, call him
illuminating who he is. But yes, no, but on ice, I missed the because that montage is horrible too.
I see what was on your mind.
Listen, and what they're doing
about ice.
What they're doing is evil. No, I mean it's fascism, it's Nazism, it's 1930s Nazism. If you go back and put yourself in 1930s Germany, in Munich, what do you think the Nazis were doing? How do you think it looked when they went door to door to look for Jews? Or if you go back to the 1870s, what do you think it looked like when the Night Riders were going door to door looking for black men to lynch, or when they wanted to hang someone, or when they wanted to get Emmett Till? What do you think the extraction of Emmett Till looked like? It looked like that. Yeah. And so people are like, it's hard to like make history seem current. But I just want you to understand that every black man who was lynched in this country, the extraction of that black man out of his home or out of his business or grabbed on the street looked exactly like that. Yeah. What's happened to that, and what happened to that woman, shot in the face like she wasn't nothing, and then called an effing B by this ICE agent. They used to do that to black people on a regular basis.
Let me say this, because I would love, and I'm just gonna say this. I would love for those of us who are members of the news media across the board to stop calling them agents, because I do not think that they have been properly trained. Right? Prove me wrong. I don't think that they are, and I think it confuses the way that we approach and deal with them and our level of expectation for them to behave a certain way, right? I think that they command a certain amount of respect, even to this day, with all that we've seen, because they're agents, because they're federal. No, they're thugs. They're gang members. They're, hired thugs by MAGA. They're Proud Boys, right? They are not regular agents. So to expect them to have compassion and to move with some kind of code of ethics is out, like, that's not who they are, right? So we just cannot call them agents. Like, I just don't anymore. They're thugs. They're ICE thugs.
And to your point, that particular agent, Jonathan Ross, that particular thug, Jonathan Ross, he was an Iraq War veteran. He's been in ICE since 2015, I believe. He was a gun trainer inside of federal law enforcement. So this guy, he was the leader of that team. So he put him aside for a moment because this was a trained Fed. But the agents who are coming in, they are aggressively recruiting at gun shows, at places where white nationalists tend to hang out, like gun shows and stuff like that. They want white men. That's who they're aggressively recruiting. But what's happening is the training, to your point, for ICE people, ICE, whatever we want, goons, to join the ICE goon squad. It used to be about 90 days of training, which to me still isn't enough training. Girl, 90 weeks, weeks of training, or however many weeks of training. They've cut it down to 47. Let me look it down here. They've cut it. It's either 47 days or 47 weeks. Because they wanted to honor Donald Trump. It seems like 47 minutes.
To say, listen, if they get out of line, create chaos.
Right. And it used to be approximately 90 days of training, which again, it's not enough. It should be 90 weeks, but it's only 90 days of training for ICE. It's now only 47 days, and they made it literally 47 in honor of Trump being the 47th president. That's crazy. I mean, if you're arbitrarily setting the training time to make Trump happy and feel like it's named after him, well, you're not even taking it seriously. They have changed all of the requirements so that they might be getting people with criminal records. There have already been at least one, maybe more than one, who have been caught on camera sexually abusing detainees. Have you seen the video of the ICE goon following a woman who is a detainee into a porta potty? There was another instance in which the agent admitted, or the goon admitted to sexually abusing this person, but the official word is that there's no consequences for that. They are sexually abusing these women that they're detaining. At least 2 have been abused. So we don't know what they're doing with these
there's
children.
probably more. And there's no one policing them. There's no oversight.
None. The Justice Department is out of the business of justice. People have actually quit the Civil Rights Division of the Justice Department. There was a mass exodus last week because they're like, there's no justice here. There's no way the feds are going to prosecute this guy for murking this woman, shooting her 3 times in the face.
Yeah, for no reason. For no reason. And now the Justice Department is looking into her background instead of his. There were actual agents, fellow agents, I'm calling them agents, fellow goons that showed up at his house to move him to an undisclosed, out of his home to an undisclosed location for his safety.
Yep. And he's got 2 fundraisers, GoFundMe, violating their own rules because this dude could be charged with a crime. He's got a GoFundMe that's made over $500,000. And he's got a Give, Send, Go, which is that right-wing version of GoFundMe where everybody who spouts the N-word and then goes viral, they run over there and get a fundraiser from all the white supremacists. The white supremacists have raised him over, like, I think 300,000 over there. So he's making money in the bank. He's got protection. And you know his goon squad is going to back him up. And not only that, but you now have other ICE who are running in the streets telling people to their face, including other white women, didn't you learn anything from what happened the other day?
Oh yeah, I saw that. And the this guy, is he the CEO of Chipotle? Bill Ackman?
Oh, he's not a Chipotle. He's a hedge fund. He's a hedge fund guy. He is the guy who chased Dr. Gay out of the presidency of Harvard. He's the one who spearheaded on Twitter, getting her run out of Harvard University. That asshole.
Chipotle put out a statement and said he is not affiliated. Bill Ackman is his name. He gave $10,000 to the GoFundMe for this gentleman, and a lot of people connected him with Chipotle. So people were calling for a boycott on Chipotle. But yeah,
he was
a stakeholder.
He was probably a
stakeholder, an ex-stakeholder to Chipotle. Yeah. That was the connection.
In 2016, he took a significant stake in Chipotle Mexican Grill, which is crazy. But I believe he might have sold that.
Yeah, they say he's an ex-stakeholder. But here's my thing, and I will say this, because we got Toure coming up. My thing, and I say this often enough on this show, where are the Democrats? Where are the leaders? They should be in the streets. Where's the news media, right? This should be wall-to-wall coverage every day. The stuff that this president is doing and this administration is doing, there should be wall-to-wall coverage. They shouldn't even have time to talk about the Golden Globes or anything else. Somebody's book coming out, whatever. They shouldn't be doing it. It should be breaking news.
Yeah.
It should be 9/11 worthy. Yep, I said it. How for 9/11 for days, it was nothing but this. This is what should be happening. The type of coverage that the news media should be providing on what's happening in this country and the fall of democracy.
Yeah.
It's not about to fall. It's falling. And to me, where are the leaders? They should be like what I see happening in Minnesota with the lawsuits being filed and all like them, and with that mayor, his harsh language, and the sheriff in Philadelphia in that county there. Like, where is that from the Democrats in Congress? Like, where are they? Like, are they that invested financially in some of the things that are going on with the Trump administration? Right? Are they that invested in Israel and all the things financially? Like, what is going on that they can't speak out more aggressively? They should be out there in the streets marching. Now, I'm not saying all of them, but we're not seeing enough of it. And you can't blame it on the media is not going to cover it. Yeah. They have access to social media just like the rest of us. They have access to people like you, Don Lemon, all these independent journalists that they have access to. And so they have platforms to come to. This to me, a friend of mine was like, well, what do you want them to do? Listen, they ran for these offices. We elected them. We're paying them. Think of something. Come up with something. Like it should be like, to me, the way that Democrats are basically quiet on all of this, or not doing and saying more, and the international community as well, right? Yeah. How we're seeing Europe start to bubble up because of the whole Greenland possibility thing. But what are y'all doing? Y'all still meeting with him, kissing his ring, playing this game. United States should be kicked out of the United Nations. NATO should kick us out. Where's the, like, what are they doing? Most people happening around it's like he's playing. I don't want to give him credit for knowing how to play chess, but it's like he's playing a very dangerous game of tiddlywinks. Yeah. And they're letting him do it.
It's one of those things where if you're willing to light yourself on fire and run through a bowling alley, most people are just going to jump out of your way, right? They're not going to want to get caught on fire too. And so Donald Trump is the crazy man who's lit himself on fire and is running through the bowling alley, and everyone's just jumping away, tripping over bowling balls, trying to figure out what to do because they don't know what to do. And I think what's so interesting, to your point, the Europeans in particular are so used to being under the thumb of the United States, and their economies are so tied to our economy that they are reluctant to really reject Trump. Whereas the global South is like, F you, buddies.
Right.
They are disentangling. This is the reason that Maduro got, because they're global South. And these global South countries are saying, we're no longer going to be treated like a colony, America. If you guys are going to mess with us, we're going to run to China, and China's going to be our new friend. And these countries are rapidly making friends with China, using China's currency, making friends with Russia, cuddling up to Qatar and Saudi Arabia. They're all ganging up. The global South is ganging up on us. Some of those global South countries are led by good people. Some of them are led by people like Maduro. That they are ganging the hell up, y'all. And Europe and the United States are going to be left high and dry, all sticking together to the bitter end because they're too afraid to shake things up. 100%. This is why they didn't give you or me power to control the world. Because if it was me running the EU, if I was running NATO, I would have been kicked the United States out. Right. I would have been started a global divestment campaign like what was done to South Africa. I want us to be treated like white South Africa was. Yes. Global divestment against Israel and us. Leave us alone and leave us isolated in the world. Kill our economy. I invite the world. You've got to divest and sanction us because there's no other way. It's the only way we stop South Africa. South Africa changed after they got isolated.
But see, these are the conversations, even though they're not in leadership anymore. I hear you. But these are what past presidents and, past secretaries of state, these are, because it's all hands on deck. We're all going to lose here. So anyone with those international relationships, maybe not past presidents, right? But there has to be some leaders out there that are in office, that should be having these conversations because of relationships that they cultivated over the years. Why not?
Because the reality is that what they call the Pax Americana. And for those in the audience who are not familiar with it, if you go back and you Google what happened after World War II, we were the only last man standing after World War II. Europe was devastated financially. It all happened on their soil. They had to be completely rebuilt. Asia was destroyed. We destroyed Japan. We nuked, Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Russia was in a financial crisis. The Cold War, which is why we were able to win the Cold War. The United States was the last man standing. We became effectively the world's only superpower. And what that did, it created a culture of dependency, particularly across the West. The West became super dependent on us. Europe never built up their armies. Europe stopped essentially paying for their own defense. Trump is terrible, but he's not wrong about that. The Europeans were leaving us to be the world policemen. They let us build up our huge ass army, really expensive army with all the weapons. We were selling everybody weapons, and they kind of laid down. And so Europe is in this position where they're so dependent on the United States. All they want to do is restore the Pax Americana, where the United States agrees to be the world's policeman, provide everybody's security, and hold up the world's economy. They just want back a Joe Biden style government.
But they're not going to get
that. And they're willing to wait Trump out because they have this false belief, like the Democrats do, that if you just wait him out, the fever will pass, and then we'll get another Joe Biden style normal president, and they can get back to business. It's not work because we have a problem. It is. And the Democrats are the same way. The Democrats just believe we're going to win the midterms, and then we're going to get, Gavin Newsom in, and he's going to bring back the normal. It's going to be normal. And this is what I need to get. I wish I could get people to understand this. I wish I could get them all in a room and say, listen, people, it's over. The American empire is done. The Pax Americana is done. NATO is done. Trump ended it. Y'all let him end it. And because of your weakness, you've let this fool take over the world, and he's running around on fire in the bowling alley. The bowling alley about to burn down. All y'all gonna die in the flames.
We're about to go, not to war, but about to attack Iran. It's like, are you serious?
We're about to go to war with Iran, Greenland. They're going to go into Panama. If you don't think they're going to go into Panama and try to take that canal. And Donald Trump, do you know who's taking this shit seriously? Canada. Canadians are starting to have serious conversations about whether they need to up their defenses to stop Donald Trump from invading Canada to try to occupy Canada. They're taking it much more seriously than the Democrats are. The Canadians are taking it serious, and they should.
But what is going on? Because I know you've been inside campaigns, you've worked with Democrats differently, and you as this political expert, you've talked with them on camera, like, what is the thinking? Why do they not take this seriously? Why do they not see how dangerous this man really is, to the point that they need to take bold action to stop him?
Both the Democrats and the Republicans are afflicted by the same thing. They are comfortably lazy when it comes to fascism, because they simply do not believe it's possible for America to go into fascism. They don't know history enough to know we almost damn near did in the 30s, and that we are now in fascism. They will not accept that this is not just bad politics. The Republicans think it's just bad politics. The Democrats, most of them think it's just bad politics. The only people screaming bloody murder who know this is not normal are the libertarians like Rand Paul and Massey, and the progressives who are screaming bloody murder. Everyone else, Michelle Goldberg has a piece in the New York Times in which she talks about the fact that the people who were calling Trump a fascist in 2016 turned out to be right. Yeah, we did. And the people who were saying he was a fascist, like General Mark Milley and Donald Trump's former chief of staff, General Kelly, said he was a fascist, y'all. Do you think they were just saying that out of their asses? They worked for him.
A fascist and racist. People were getting in trouble.
These are white men, white conservative Republican military, said, hey, y'all, this dude is a fascist. Nobody wanted to believe them. Everybody's like, oh, you're just being too extreme. It's just bad politics. As long as both Democrats and Republicans insist this is just bad politics, we will never fight our way out of autocracy. We do not have the right players on the field. The end.
Oh my God, it's gonna be too late. It's gonna be too late.
It's already too late.
It's too late. Well, on that sad note, let's lighten things up a little bit. Our friend Toure is back to talk about so many things. He gave us a homework assignment last week, and we both were good students and did that. So,
yes, teacher
Jackie.
It's actually related, because the movie that Toure assigned us to watch, One Battle After Another, is literally about a group of sort of paramilitaries who are trying to fight a now fascist white supremacist American government.
Yeah. So One Battle After Another. Joy Reid, what did you think?
So my big takeaway, my two big takeaways from One Battle After Another.
Did you like it or not like it?
Leo DiCaprio was robbed. He gave one hell of a performance of an award. I think he should have won a Best Actor award for that. I thought he was fan-freaking-tastic. Yeah. I thought the film itself, I had problems with it, to be honest. It was very slow starting, and I didn't like the way they had Teyana Taylor's character essentially be a very stereotypical hot pants, over horny Black woman whose sort of main ethic was having sex with every man that was in front of her, and that was so central to her character. I thought it was weirdly stereotypical, and that then Leo DiCaprio gets to be the good guy revolutionary that's just trying to be a dad. And I thought that her character was clearly written by white men, and it was sort of their white male fantasy. That bothered me. So I watched it after I'd seen that she won the Golden Globe. And so I'm watching it from the perspective of, this is what they considered the best performance of the year. And I love Teyana Taylor, but I hate that that's the film they decided to award her for. That's my take. And I actually thought Sinners was a more entertaining film.
But did you like it overall?
By the end, it took a while for me to get into the film, because the setup of it I thought was so and then the other lady whose name was Jungle, Pussy, I'm like, so basically all the black women are just hoes. Okay, so that bothered me a lot. And then once we got past that era and we got past the bank robbery scene and we get into sort of the meat of the film, I enjoyed the film. The second half of the film I thought was quite good. The first half of the film left a lot to be desired for me.
Jack?
Overall, I liked it, but only after the second half. And ironically enough, after Teyana Taylor's character was gone, then I liked the film.
I too watched it after she won, just because of timing, no particular reason. I actually loved this film. I liked it a lot. And I saw the negative commentary, not against Teyana, but her character and what that represented. How is that Black excellence? I felt like she played a complicated, sex-addicted activist. And I felt like it was an entertaining way to get into the story, like the setup. You know how a movie may have a setup that kind of plants a seed for you to get into the meat of the story.
Yeah,
I felt like it didn't bother me. Even though Joanne and I had talked about it, she was like, I didn't like that. It did not bother me because, and people were comparing it to Halle Berry and Monsters Ball.
Yeah,
I didn't feel
it gave
like
me that a little.
The sexual activity there was gratuitous. I didn't feel like it was too much, right? In what she was doing. I feel like it established her as a very complicated character. And I felt like she did a great job pulling that off. Like,
was it complicated though? She just liked having sex with different people.
No, she's you know why she's complicated? For one, she's a villain.
Yeah.
But she seems heroic because most of her time on screen, she seems heroic. You didn't like or Paul Thomas Anderson intends her to seem heroic, right? I mean, a lot of Black people, especially Black women, had a lot of problems with the Teyana Taylor character. I felt a lot more like Jackie is talking about she's a real person. We know people like her. She is complicated. She betrays her whole group after being this amazing, energetic leader who leads them like she is their general, right? And I mean, the sexuality, she was bristling. I was like, I didn't see the stereotype. I saw like, this is a rare performance to be able to get somebody so sexually powerful on screen. And the sex with both men is critical because, as Jackie was saying, she's the catalyst who ropes them all together, and then she leaves, and now the three of them are locked in, right? Because any screenplay, any story, the big thing is, why don't they just leave, right? You have a protagonist, they give them a problem, why don't they just leave? Like, well, they can't leave because Perfidia Beverly Hills has locked them all together and left. A lot of people are mad that it's a revolutionary who's snitching. That happened.
Oh, that happened.
I'm sorry, that happened. Like, I have Black Panther family. That happened. They are in fear of people they haven't talked to in a while because they don't know who's been compromised. That shit happened. So, I mean, I feel like the character was valuable and necessary to propel us into the second half. Jungle Pussy especially is perhaps a mistake. That's her real name, but they chose to let her keep her real name. But the whole character is ridiculous.
What do you mean that's her real name?
That's the character's name. She's a rapper.
Oh, she's a rapper? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't know her before the movie either. But
Yeah.
in learning about the movie, I mean, her speech in the bank is ridiculous and totally unnecessary and totally ridiculous performative. Like, you know, I didn't need that. The Leo, I struggled with Leo's character the first couple times I watched it, and then somebody else helped me understand it in a more deep way. Because I was like, you know, Leo is doing comedy and all the rest of them are doing drama. And it's
but
like,
it worked. He was so good. I thought he.
Well, you need the comedy, but also Leo is.
I thought Sean Penn was doing comedy too.
Yeah, Sean Penn was comedic.
Oh, I was totally scared of him. I didn't get any jokes from him, right? Because he's so ridiculously like serious and hardcore, and like, of course, he has a battering ram like right in the car. Yeah. But Leo represents the white, let's say, immaturity around race, because he's a kid alt, right? He's an adult who acts like a kid. She is his mother. Willa mothers him. So the way that Black people must be old quicker, right, as teenagers, man-child, right, to be able to deal with the racial situation we have in this country, and white people can be more immature and childish about it. So that, I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah. I agree with Joanne about Leo. I thought his performance was incredible. I think he should have won.
See, the thing about Teyana, if she's the only Black character in the movie, then I understand a little bit better the notion of this is the stereotypical. But this movie gives a lot of weight to 3 Black female characters, and Deandra, Regina Hall, and Willa, Chase Infinity, are completely different, not sexual, totally loyal, totally, you know, are good soldiers to the end. Deandra does not snitch, right? She does what Perfidia wouldn't do. Willa, my God, like saves her, the damsel in distress who saves herself.
It's amazing. Yeah, that was a great performance too. And that's why I'm saying, that's why I like the second half of the film. I get what you're saying, and I'm glad I'm talking to you about it, because it gives me more perspective on it. I just know that me and Wanji were watching it last night, and we were both just so sort of offended. Like, I actually this was my second time trying to watch it. I didn't get through the first 15 minutes the first time I watched it. And this is way before they had announced the Golden Globe nominations. Because I'm watching, it's like, why am I watching this Black woman be over-sexualized?
I was bored. When you say you only got through about 15 minutes, when she's fucking Sean Penn, or when she's trying to fuck him while the bombs go off?
I didn't even get to that point. I got to her making him put his Woody up, and then she's walking down the street, and then she's trying to get with Leo in the street. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. That was probably like the first 10 minutes. I'm like, I don't want to watch it.
Because the car moment I completely bought. Because there is, I mean, talking to, my God, I can't believe it, Elaine Brown about the Black Panthers. She was the head of the Black Panthers in the 70s. There was a lot of sexual energy within those situations, within those revolutionary situations, a lot of sleeping around, partly because there's so much adrenaline happening from the things they're doing and standing up to the state. And I could see where we walk out of, you know, freeing all these immigrants and imprisoning all these fucking soldiers, and we are so amped up that we want to bust guns, we want to kiss, we want to fuck, we want, like, we did the damn thing. So, I mean, like, that moment, now when they're in the field and she's like, let's fuck while the bombs go off, I'm like, you're pushing me.
But she's a sex addict.
Because it doesn't make any sense. Like, we got to get out of here. Let's go home and fuck. Why we got to fuck here?
She's clearly a sex addict. I mean, to me, that's where I go with that. And so that's how sex addicts are. Right. And to me,
I wasn't reading that much into it. I'm like, some white boys got in a room and they said, ooh, what role can we write and cast a sexy Black woman in it and just have her be a sex bot? It was a hot thing. I didn't like.
I'm curious. I'd be curious to know who really wrote Perfidia, because as a man, postpartum depression does not even occur to my mind. I would not. You gave me 10 years to come up with a script. I would never think to give a female character postpartum depression. And when I saw the film, I didn't realize that's what I was looking at. And women had to tell me, no, that's what happens to her. So there must be a woman in there somewhere. But the film, I mean, I've watched this film many, many, many times because now HBO, whatever. When 3 times I cry, when Deandra shows up in the bathroom, why am I crying? I am crying because you went to go save your friend's kid. Like the older generations, like, we will be there for your children. Like, they're all our children. His baby, her baby is fucked up. I'm gonna go get her. I'm not even talking to Bob. I'm going right to her to get her. I'm like, oh, and when she's going through the Gil Scott-Heron song, it's not for her. Everywhere else in the film, they are like, you need to tell me the greeting code, right?
Right.
She's doing it to prove to Willa, you knew this would happen. Somebody would come knowing these lines. I'm saying them, proving to you that I am to be trusted, that I am in your tribe, even though you've never seen, I am the auntie you need right now. And I am proving it to you. Okay, you got it? Okay, let's run the fuck out of here. I'm like, oh my God. When Bob gets out of the car at the end, right? When they're on the highway, and he comes around and he sees her and he says, Willa? Like the sweetest freaking toe. I'm like, tears. And then they get in the car and they're like gripping each other. Like, I mean, this father and this stepfather, unwitting stepfather, but stepfather of the year, overcame his drug addiction and his alcoholism and his depression to go to the end of the earth. I will save this girl somehow. And then he just happened to be there because she saves herself, but he has come to try to save her.
But not only did she save herself, she saved him.
Yeah.
The daughter saved him as well in the end, because he had to show up and get it together in order to work towards saving her. And in the end, you see that she has become part of the resistance, and now he's sobered up enough to be there, to be more of a father to her. It really is a beautiful story. I loved this movie. I really, really did. Yeah. But I feel like what happened in the beginning with Teyana was necessary. Yeah. You know what I mean? To set up everything.
No, she is the catalyst who launches them on this journey, on this road that they're going to be on for the next 2 hours. It's interesting and sad to me because the movie is so deep to me, and that it was so offensive and so hard for so many Black people and Black women. What the first 30 minutes is, that they can't really get to the beauty and power of the last 2 hours.
The second half of the film is great. I mean, honestly, if I had to say, to me, it's 2 films. Like the first 20 minutes of the film, I did not enjoy. Everything after that, I thought was a good film. I thought it was great. I mean, I enjoyed it after that.
When you get to when you get to Willa at 16, then you're like, okay, now I like this.
You know, when I started to get into it, is at the point where Teyana's character, they send her to the safe house and then she bounces. And then the journey, and that's sort of the launch of the adventure of trying to find her. Remember, they had her in the safe house after
half of the movie. That's like, it's such a short part of half
the movie. No, it's the second half. I mean, like, I mean, I just didn't like.
Well, I think it's like 3 pieces, right? Like the Bacton Cross is the second part, and then like I want to go hang out with the Sisters of the Brave Beaver when they get out of the zip ties.
For sure. But I mean, I thought it was
guns in the middle of the fucking forest. They sound fun.
And you had like 2 different adventures, right? You have the adventure of the lockjaw trying to track the daughter down so he can get rid of the evidence, and then you have that third piece, which is the attempt of to save the daughter, right? So to save Bob, to save Will. It's like those 2 second halves, I liked them. So from the moment that, and I hate to say this, and it pains me because I loved her speech, by the way. Teyana Taylor's speech at the Golden Globes was beautiful. Thought it was great. I'm very happy for her. I'm glad she won. Happy that she won. But I actually enjoyed the film once she was no longer on screen.
I really wanted to see her again towards the end. I wanted that reunion with her daughter.
You heard her. You got the letter.
Yeah, but I wanted to, you know what I mean? I wanted
the letter. It's like, it's not time for Teyana Perfidy to poke her head up, right? It's like, we just got rid of Lockjaw. We got iPhones. We're inching back into the world. Now she has a car. And like right before, she had been calling him Bob. At the end, she's calling him Dad. So like we move forward, but like we're we're not ready to have a
By the way,
come back.
You're going to have to put the word spoilers in big letters at the top of this show and let people know.
This by now.
Don't watch this episode.
Let me tell you, Joyanne is the person who feels like you cannot talk about the ending of The Sixth Sense to this day because there's somebody out there who may not have seen it.
If you ain't seen it by now.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, I don't think that it's really profitable to talk about what's better, Sinners or One Battle, because they are fundamentally different.
Very different.
But
very different. But we were comparing in the previous show. The only reason I answered that question is we were comparing in the previous show. I'm just saying from which I thought both films were very entertaining.
Yeah.
After that was 20 minutes. I thought they were both good films. They're very different. And it's apples to oranges. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
I think I was entertained from beginning to end more with Sinners.
But this is the Oscar race. And I think we can see how One Battle After Another is much more of an Oscar-ish sort of picture and seems to be moving toward winning Best Picture. And Sinners, as great as it is not an Oscar-ish picture.
But when you say that, what do you mean by Oscar-ish?
That's how it ended.
So you think about One Battle After Another is this epic sweep, this political drama, which kind of reminds me of Crash, which reminds me of Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, and Nomadland is this sort of epic adult drama with a political background that speaks to where we are in the world.
Yeah.
Sinners is a horror film with a vampire. You almost never have science fiction elements in a Best Picture winning film. Also, very hard for a Black film to win, right? The two Black films that have won are not films that the Black community is celebrating and riding behind. We love Moonlight, but that was not like, that's our shit. Like Get Out was like our film, right? Like we love Sinners. This is our film. 12 Years a Slave, we were not like riding for 12 Years a Slave, right?
I mean, I'm still mad that Whoop That Trick won an Oscar. Because remember that year that Whoop That Trick won an Oscar? I was like, what are we doing? Particularly when, and look, Tyler Perry's never gonna, they never put him in that conversation. But Father, Can You Hear Me? That song was nominated against Whoop That Trick. And say what you want, you don't have to love the film. But Father, Can You Hear Me? Which I believe Tyler Perry wrote, is like a lasting, lingering gospel classic. That is a gospel song that's to me on a level of total praise. It's an excellent song, and that got beat by Whoop That Trick. I'm like, yeah, okay, Oscars, I see you.
But Toure, let me say this: The Shape of Water was a sci-fi-ish kind of thing in that one.
I saw Shape of Water. There is a science fiction-y element to it for sure. It's
science fiction.
It's wrapped in other things. It's The Shape of Water does have an Oscar sort of gauze to it to me. Like I get it. Like, look, we have to remember that the Academy is about 8,000, 9,000 people. Most of them are actors. Most of the actors, of course, are white. Most of the actors are older, right? Because once you get in the Academy, they don't kick you out. For the most part, they have been trying to cut off people as much as they can, but it's people get very offended. If you're not like voting and into it, they're trying to push you out because they want to bring the age down and push in some new younger members. So they are trying to bring the average age down. This has been an initiative for several years. But it's still a very old electorate. And I think about, like, in the video I made about this, imagine the old woman from Titanic, and now she's asked to watch Sinners, which is a movie in a Black world with vampires. She's an actress, right? From like the 60s, 50s, like, what? There's a vampire now? And see, in One Battle After Another, there are villains and they are white. In Sinners, white people are the villains, right? And the whole thing is that Black people are trying to keep the white European villains out of the house. You wonder if a ton of older white Oscar voters, or even as a ton of white Oscar voters, are going to vote for that.
Well, and
historically
by the
we
way,
find a
Toure,
lot.
in addition to that, it's also a film in which Ryan Coogler broke all of the rules of Hollywood of how to make a film, and made a film in which he got like owning your masters in music. Like what he did disrupted the
But
industry so much.
does that
I'm
factor
not
in
sure
when
that
people are
endeared
voting?
to more white
I
people.
don't know that the deal is going to matter in the Oscar conversation. I don't know that the actors and directors are going to care that he got, like, I don't think they're voting based on that. You know, it's a
But that ain't
gorgeous,
helping them.
it's a gorgeous film. You know, it's a beautiful film. It's an incredibly well told story. You know, I
what
mean,
it
like,
reminds me of though? It reminds me of Beasts of No Nation. I don't know if you guys have seen Beasts of No Nation. It's Idris Elba is the only sort of known actor in it. Got completely snubbed by the Oscars, and a lot of the speculation was because it does not have a white, not just a white main character. It doesn't have any white characters in it. It's an all black film. There are no white characters in it at all. And that was the speculation that to your very astute point, these older, almost entirely white voters in the committee looked at that film and there was no one in there they could relate to. The main character, Idris Elba's character, is a villain. The main character is a villain. He's running child soldiers. So it's not an uplifting story. It doesn't have an uplifting ending. Not that I'm me with my ending the spoilers, but it's not an uplifting film. It's a painful film to watch, but it's a beautiful film, well shot, gorgeous. It got nothing. I think
about Get Out, which was a phenomenon, super intelligent. You know, the announcement of a new directorial superstar, and it loses to The Shape of Water.
Yeah.
And to some extent in Hollywood, in Oscar voting, Oscar people tell me this, it's very difficult to understand. Being entertaining and selling lots of tickets is seen as a bad thing.
Right.
As far as Oscar voting.
Yeah.
So when it's like, people like Sinners did so well at the box office.
Pedestrian film.
Yeah, exactly. If you're an Oscar voter, Sinners did so well at the box office is not an argument to vote for Sinners. It's an argument.
Then how do you explain Titanic winning all those awards? That was it was a good film, but it won.
No, I mean, it's a great question, and I don't have an answer for that. I would have to talk to my friends and see. You know, I have friends who could be like, well, this is that. I mean, like, you know, sometimes there's a film that just overwhelms the voters, and Titanic was such an emotional film for a lot of people that may have overwhelmed the other concerns. Generally, Oscar ignores the big popcorn movie. And there's this separation where the audience is going, these are the movies we went to see. And the Oscars are like, well, these are the movies we're talking about. I mean, remember when Chris Rock hosted and he did the little thing at the a little piece at the Magic Johnson Theater where he's like, have you ever heard of this film? And people were like, no. All the nominated films people had not heard of. Yeah. And then the films that people were talking about are not nominated. That happens all the time. That's part of why they expanded to 10 nominees to try to get more of the popular films mentioned, because it's good for the whole thing to have Wicked for Good, which did a ton of business, be in the Oscar race, because that makes people more interested in the thing. It's not good when there's like 5 pictures that are like indies and only film bros have seen, and like, you don't want that. But that's their impulse to get behind films like that. So yeah, but then you're gonna say
they also want the stars of those films to walk the red carpet and come to the, be presenters and be it. So more people will tune in to watch the show that's now heading to YouTube, which is amazing to me. Which is
what's heading to YouTube?
The Oscars.
Oh, that's right. The Oscars are going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, it shows how unimportant the Oscars is to network television that it could go to YouTube.
That they would let it, and the fact that they wouldn't fight. I mean, but you're also seeing, if we're talking about this sort of migrations, a lot of professional sports going to streamers. Like the fact that Netflix is now running NFL games. Like we're in a world in which these networks are becoming irrelevant.
How much does YouTube pay the Academy to host the Oscars? I've not heard any right? They have to pay. It's got to be $1 billion or something. I mean, there's no ad revenue, right? Because you're gonna just air it as a straight piece, right? I don't think they're not gonna have. They're gonna broadcast ads into the. I don't know.
That's a great question.
That's really great. They're going to have to put ads in it, I would think.
Yeah,
just like their programming. I don't know. That'll be interesting.
Leaving ABC, which is really crazy.
It's a big thing, and it's like Joanne said, it speaks to the future of network television. You know, just being dead and dying, continuing to die, and along with it, news. So I can't remember who was saying this, but they were saying eventually they feel like the networks are going to stop doing news. ABC, CBS, and NBC will stop with the morning shows and get rid of their news divisions because they're not making money.
I believe.
And I will note that the New York Times reported in December that ABC had agreed to pay about $50 million a year for the rights. The most recent telecast of the Oscars, attracted 15.4 million people. Which was a 9% decline for previous years. So I guess they decided not to re-up the $50 million. All broadcast networks have experienced audience declines as viewers have shifted to streamed programming, but ABC came to the negotiations from a place of strength. It announced late last year that it had gained exclusive rights to the Grammy Awards 10-year deals for $50 million. Sorry about that. So that's the Grammys they paid $50 million for. I'm not sure how much they paid for the Oscars, how much they are losing. Or how much, or what was their offer if they made one for the Oscars?
The other thing that people have pointed out to me is that the Oscars is sold to us as, you know, it transforms careers. You win this best acting, best actor, best actress award, you know, best director award, and you move up in Hollywood. Not so much anymore. Well, that really hasn't been like that in the last decade.
Didn't do anything for Cuba Gooding Jr.
Before we go further, just to add to a little bit more from this New York Times piece, ABC had started talks for a new contract, but pointing to declining ratings, balked at the Academy's push for a fee increase. The network believed that if anything, a cut was in order. The Academy, however, relies on the Oscars for roughly 60% of its annual revenue. That is wild. So it says here ABC has been paying about $100 million a year for the show. And the network has generated roughly $140 million annually from ad sales. So they were paying about $100 million for the Oscars, and they just renewed the Grammys for $50 million. But it was $100 million, and they wanted to cut it, and that's 60% of the revenue for the Oscars.
Well, Toure, the Oscar nominations are coming out on January 22nd. And as we wrap up here, who are you thinking is going to do well, if you had to guess?
I know year of one battle after another. It's getting picture, it's getting director, perhaps supporting actress, although it's tough. It's tough to go Globes to Oscars. That doesn't usually happen.
Right.
Could there be an award for Leo for Best Actor? Maybe. I think that's a serious contender.
Well, what happened to Timothée Chalamet? First of all, I honestly could not pick him out of a lineup. But isn't he in a big film this year that everybody's like, that's going to win everything? Which it didn't, by the way.
Well, it's not getting a lot of praise.
What's it called?
So Marty Supreme, his Christmas Day release, should get some acting recognition for him. The film is basically him on screen alone pretty much the whole time. He's not alone in all the scenes, but like if you went to it, it's him. If you went to it, it's for him. If you liked it, it's because you liked him. You know, he does a good job. I think it's a fine film. It's not a great film, but a lot of people are very excited about his portrayal. He could win Best Actor at the Oscars. I would bet on Leo above him, but it's not possible. It's not impossible. You know, I don't think it'll be Michael B. Jordan. I'm sorry. But
do you see anybody else from Sinners getting a nomination? Possibly.
Coogler, director.
Coogler nomination for sure, without question. Sinners is nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, original
Delroy
screenplay.
Lindo.
What?
Delroy Lindo.
supporting?
I mean, a nomination for supporting
A
actor.
nomination. I wonder
Perhaps.
if nominations.
I mean, that sounds reasonable. I think that may happen. I mean, part of maybe. I mean,
it's like anything can happen.
But if you have to project right now, do you think at the end of the day, when we're closing the night on the Oscars, One Battle After Another is Best Picture?
Yes.
If you had to guess, you'd say
without
yes.
a doubt. No doubt.
Okay.
Joy, I made a whole video about it.
Yeah.
It's the year of One Battle After Another.
The year of One Battle After Another.
People be like, "You fucking idiot! You said it was going to be." But it seems very much One Battle After Another's year when you're talking about the sorts of awards that it has already gotten, which it is sort of dominating the early awards season in a way that very few pictures ever do. And, you know, when you have this sort of a lead and getting these sorts of precursors, that quite often leads to winning it all. And like, you know, winning big at the Globes suggests further like, yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
that wouldn't surprise me either, because I think the politics of the film are spot on for the moment we're in.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm one who believes that all of these shows and award shows, I even do believe, what is it? Make It Work, the fashion show that's got what's her name in it? What's the show that's
Runway?
Runway. I think they're always trying to make a statement. I do. And I think the statement that film makes, whether you loved the performance of Miss Taylor or not, that's the statement that the Academy is going to want to make. I do believe that. So I would say, if I had to guess, that it's going to win.
I feel bad that the film that I love, that Jackie loved, that a lot of Black people love, was blocked from a lot of Black people because I totally understand let's call it the noise of the stereotypes that they saw in Teyana's character. And I don't think Paul Thomas Anderson intended that, and it didn't stop me. It didn't stop Jackie, but it did stop a lot of people from enjoying it. And I feel bad because I think it is an extraordinary film.
It is. I'm glad you gave us the assignment. I don't know if I would have eventually watched it, but I was just had so many other things on my radar. I wasn't tuned into it, but I was going to get to it. But I'm glad that I did.
I'm glad I got past the first 20 minutes. I told y'all I started it and turned it off, and it was only because Toure gave us the assignment that I watched it all the way through.
If you're ready for more mind-bending shit,
come on, what you got?
We can get into Weapons and Begonia. That's two crazy female-led movies from last year that were both incredible and very mind-bendy.
Weapons and Begonia.
Yes, Begonia is Emma Stone. Weapons is Amy Madigan. And oh my God, both these films, oh my God.
I'm adding it. Weapons.
and they really hold you to like late in the film of like, what is going on? What is going on? I don't know what's going on. It's fucking crazy.
And the last thing I will add is anyone else, was anyone else's mind blown, if you guys have watched it all the way through, to find out that Welcome to Derry is the prequel to The Shining?
I gave up on the whole It thing a long time ago.
But it's the prequel to The Shining.
Okay.
What's going on in Hollywood that they have to just create.
It's a great series, and it's got a really great Black narrative in it. You guys would really enjoy it. I think you should watch it.
No, I think that Hollywood is obsessed.
I don't do horror to that level.
Types of horror movies.
Oh, no. I don't do none of that horror. I like Jordan Peele.
That little kid's arms off in the very beginning. I was done.
Yeah. Y'all missing out.
No, a freaking clown that's murderous, homicidal clown in the
clowns are terrifying.
I'm good. Oh, I know. I'm good. That's not what I go to the movies for. I'll fuck with Scream because it's funny and it subverts the horror genre. I'll fuck with Jordan Peele because he is horror light. But if you want to really scare me, I'm good. I don't need all that.
I don't need to see all that.
First of all, Us was so scary. Y'all got through that.
Jordan Peele is horror light.
That's terrifying.
Jordan Peele is like if somebody's gonna slap somebody, but then they stop before their cheek, right? Like, y'all horror movie
promise
motherfuckers are
you-
like, no, I slapped you 4 times, bitch. What's up? And you're like, oh my God, I'm so scared.
People in the comments, please support me in my war against Toure.
No, but it's a
Because they're
certain
wrong and
kind
I'm
of
right.
person, and I'm not downgrading him, but a certain
Prequel
kind
to
of
The
person who likes
Shining.
a horror film experience and wants to go and have the adrenaline experience of a horror film. I don't like that.
I
I'm
don't
not here for
But
like
the over-sexualization of Black women, y'all are cool with it. Okay.
It wasn't that
Well,
though.
I mean,
That's
you know,
just her
she's sexy.
interpretation of it. It wasn't that.
She's sexy. Teyana Taylor be out here.
And if she didn't have sex with Sean Penn, it wouldn't.
No
The whole
movie.
movie wouldn't
No
have been.
movie.
More spoilers.
No
He
movie.
had to have sex with 2 of the white men
Spoilers.
in the movie.
Spoilers. All right, y'all.
Darth
So Drake,
Vader
thank you.
is
We
Willa's
still-
father.
Yeah, we don't want to see a bunch of slashing. How many
I
Jason
hate you
movies?
so much
Friday the
right
13th. It's like Jason versus,
A prequel to The
Halloween.
Shining. I didn't see The Shining. They said it was
You haven't
scary.
seen
I'm
The Shining?
good.
You're
I'm
a
good.
film critic. You've never seen you've never
I'm
seen
good
The
with
Shining?
that genre. Pauline Kael
Dude.
didn't see everything. Robert
You've
Ebert
never
didn't
seen The
see
Shining?
everything.
I mean, seriously.
The Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have seen it. I have
Honey,
seen it.
I'm
Part of it like
home.
this, but like, yeah. I mean, it's it's funny because like previous generations horror don't. I went to see Rosemary's Baby, which was like the scary movie when my mom was coming up. Like, I'm like,
Or
that's
The
it.
Exorcist.
Oh, The Exorcist is
Exorcist is a
easy
classic.
now.
It's not,
Exorcist
but
is-
now horror movies like It and all that stuff is too much.
Y'all.
I'm good with that.
We-
I'm good with that. What is the one? The human centipede one? I'm good. I don't need that
What's
shit.
that?
You must. Well, the one where the guy, you must chaw off your arm or you will be devoured by. I'm like, I'm good. I don't need this.
Mm-mm.
Being black is like living in a horror movie. Why do I need some
Within itself.
conventions
Come on.
to friggin'? I'm good. Good with that shit. But you'll love Weapons. If you're into horror, I don't know why you haven't watched Weapons yet. Weapons is your shit.
I think we're done here. I think we're done here.
Okay, fine. I'll see you later.
Toure, as always, such a
Bye,
pleasure.
guys.
Y'all just
We
man,
gonna
wait till I
take
get
you
my
out.
hair like that, and then we all gonna have the same hairstyle. Then what we gonna do? That's when y'all are on the same side. That's what y'all are just taking sides because y'all have the same hair.
We're not taking sides. Listen,
Y'all
last time
pussy asses.
listen, y'all are in
4C.
agreement on sinners. See,
Y'all
y'all are
4C
in
asses.
agreement on sinners.
Y'all
I'll be
curly
driving
4C
out on
froze.
sinners.
Just because I don't have no fro. I don't care what y'all think.
We all have glasses, Toya.
So what? So what?
Oh boy. Okay. I love you
All
guys.
right,
Bye.
good on you. Thank you.
I hate you, Toure.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's the clip right there.
That's
That's
it.
Fucking-
Bye.
And then he bounces. I love it.
And he left with that, he departed.
I'm out.
And I know it should tell me
You gotta have the paper for the music. Oh my God. No, Toure's still alive and well.
He's still alive. We didn't kill him. Not
I
yet.
can't believe you love horror movies like that.
I love horror
That's
movies. You kidding
crazy.
me? The best. Good
Mm-mm.
scare. A good scare is a good for you.
Yeah, a good scare. Well, you
Yeah.
guys, thank you for tuning in for this episode of
For
Read This,
putting
Read
up with this
That.
mess.
Y'all show Joy and some love in the comments because
Please.
she's
I
feeling
need help. I'm alone.
outnumbered.
Outnumbered by the hair twins.
Yeah, right. You got 3 kids. Make them go side with you. You
I
got
can't
a whole
even make them
army.
clean their rooms. What are you talking? I can't make them do nothing. I can't make them get jobs. Can't make them do nothing.
Oh my God. Listen, you guys, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment on our show. It affects the algorithm. It helps us to just, win and keep the lights on and all those things. So please support what we're doing here. We appreciate you. We love our fans and our supporters, and we're going to show you that more of that in 2026. Yes. Be sure to also follow all the things that this lady is doing. She's everywhere all the time. It's hard to keep up. Let me give you some advice. Let me tell you how to do it, because she's doing a lot of things.
Right.
Go to joyannereed.com. That's all you got to do. Just go there and it will direct you to all the this way, that way, this way, up there, down there. She's doing a million things. And then she's having parties on the side. I think she's going to start becoming a party promoter in a minute, because this one loves an event. She loves to plan an event until the day before the event.
Then I cry.
But follow her, support her, show her some love. She's doing really important work out there. As I said off the top of the show, when it comes to this ICE stuff, she had a really great show yesterday on Monday. This will air later in the week, but on Monday of this week, that really broke down a lot of what's going on. And the montages that she had showing what ICE is doing is difficult to watch, but necessary to watch. And then the conversation that followed that is really important. So you guys support the work that Joyanne Reed is doing, because she is actually researching and studying and putting in the work before she opens her mouth to say anything about anything. She is well informed, true journalism. And
I'm not running for president, unlike certain people.
I wish you would run for president.
Oh, well, I hope he does too. It's gonna be interesting to cover.
You would.
Oh,
not him. No,
they don't want me to be president. Everybody would be in jail. I would appoint. I would throw everybody in prison. I'll be worse than Trump. I'll be like Trump. His whole family, his daughter, they ain't even involved. Tiffany going to jail. All of them. Tiffany, Trump, all of them. Everybody in prison. Oh, even Tiffany Trump, prison. If your last name is Trump, jail. Youth jail for Barron. Pete Hegseth, his mama. You didn't discipline him well enough. Go to jail. Everybody would be in jail.
The children, the grandchildren, all
everybody, and especially Stephen Miller. Oh my God, he's a gargoyle. I would put him on top of a building and make him sit there like a gargoyle and guard our buildings as a human gargoyle. You don't want me to be president. Oh no, I would wreak my wrath on everybody. And all the ICE people would be unemployed. I would make them all go in the fields and replace all the field laborers that they've deported. They would have to then replace the field. They would have to go and pick lettuce and tomatoes, and that would be their life.
Yes,
that would be their life. They would have to be sentenced. And that's correct. And they'd have to work 12 hours a day and fill baskets full of tomatoes and lettuce for pennies. That would be their future. But please, while I'm plotting my revenge upon society, please make sure that you support this lady, Jackie Reed, and the Jackie Reed Experience. She is giving you all the great stories and the histories of all of her famous encounters with all the famous people as she's writing her book. Make sure you keep reminding her in the comments to get that book to us, because we need it. But you should also be supporting vegansexycool.com, because Jackie Reed is the queen of veganism. She's telling you how to be vegan, how to be sexy, how to be cool, what to eat so you won't starve, because you don't want to starve. And y'all probably gonna have to grow vegetables to survive in this apocalypse, because everything's going to hell. If you don't have a garden, you're not gonna make it. So you might as well grow some food and then figure out how to cook it, because she'll tell you how to do that. So at least it tastes decent. So you're gonna want to support vegansexycool.com. It's a great new newsletter that Jackie Reed will send you, and you can head on over. Tell us the website to get the newsletter specifically.
Well, the newsletter for Vegan Sexy Cool on Substack, go to Vegan Sexy Cool. But for Jackie's weekly wellness guide, go to exactly that on Substack, Jackie's weekly wellness guide. Listen, we started last week. This is week 2, but you can just start right where you are, jump in and move forward. Great tips on how to really take baby steps to lean into your wellness.
Lean into your wellness. We're going to be well. Look, if they're going to try to destroy our history, destroy our lives, and fire us all, at least we're going to be healthy, and we're going to be well and be our wellness. We'll be moisturized and ready for everything.
Yes,
Amen.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Amen.
All right.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to this show too, because while you're supporting each of our individual things, we really want to make sure you grow our Cousin Nation. We've got so many amazing things coming, lives, merch, fun, all kind of great things that are coming in the year of our Lord 2026. We're going to make this a huge year for Read This, Read That. So like, subscribe, and please also share. Thank you very much for coming to my TED Talk.
Goodbye.
And goodbye.